Hey guys, Mr. Lambert here. Just going to be talking to you today about supplements and what they are and what they do. So the definition of supplements is that it's a thing that is added to something else in order to complete or enhance it. It's commonly frowned upon by a few people. They think that it's quite unnecessary and that we get enough food and we get enough protein or vitamins, etc. from our diets, and so that we don't actually require any more. So it's also linked to steroids as well. A lot of people get things a bit confused there. So quick 5 questions about supplements. So before you get any content knowledge, you should be able to answer a few of these. So name 1 supplement people use to gain muscle mass. Name 1 sports supplement that you can buy at the school cafe. Name 1 supplement that people can use after a workout. Name the supplement that the All Blacks drink. And name 1 reason people might take supplements. So quickly pause me and answer that in your worksheet. Common supplements. The most common sporting supplements are things like Powerade, Gatorade, E2 drinks. Protein supplements are things like your protein powders, your shakes, your bars. There's your protein cookies as well. Creatine is another one as well, and steroids. The electrolyte drinks have quite a few pros and cons. So again, these are your Powerades and your Gatorades and stuff like that. So some of the pros for these are that they taste really good. A lot of the top athletes drink these, so they must be good for you, right? Electrolytes help with nerve impulses, so that's your brain telling your muscles to contract. You can buy it in a powder form, you can make it your own, so you can make it as strong or as weak as you like. And it replaces electrolytes and potassium as well as magnesium. These prevent cramping and weakness in your muscles, so when you're getting dehydrated in particular. 5 cons or negative things about electrolyte drinks that they're very expensive. There's a huge amount of sugar in them. There's around about 10 teaspoons per bottle. When we drink them, if we quite often just drink them casually as if it's a water, and they should only really be being drunk after or prior to activity. They're strongly linked to weight gain because of the high amount of sugar in them, and they're also linked to tooth decay. Again, because of the high amount of sugar in them. What about proteins? Well, protein aids in recovery. It repairs damaged muscles. It helps to build muscle, and it can be used as a fuel source as well. Why do we need it? Well, so that we can maintain a healthy lifestyle with physical activity and recreation. So why do some people need more protein than others? Well, this all comes down to your physical activity levels. Do you play sport? Do you run around and go hard out in PE? Do you lift weights? Males need more than females just due to our muscle mass. And there are 3 different types of protein. There's isolate, which is fast releasing. There's whey, which is normal release. And there's casein, which is slow releasing. Okay, but we don't need to know that in too much more depth other than the fact that protein should be used by people who are working out. And if you're not working out, then you don't really need it in a supplement form. You should get enough from your diet. So how much protein is needed if you're wanting to put on muscle mass? So it's 1.5 to 2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. So you quickly work out how much you need or how much the person on your worksheet needs. All you need to do is go 1.5 or 2 times the body weight in kilos to figure out exactly how much protein that person needs per day. So again, give me a pause and fill out your worksheet. Things to consider when you're using protein is the cost. Can you just get it in your diet? So 1 egg is actually 8 grams of protein, and that only costs 30 cents. A ham salad sandwich, 9 grams, and that costs $3. Small tin of tuna, 20 grams, $2. 1 kilo of chicken breast, which is quite a lot, 260 grams, but that's around about $16. A protein shake is 26 grams, and that's only $1.50. So this is one of the main reasons, I guess, why people might take protein shakes is that it's a short, sharp way to get a high amount of protein into your diet. Next, we got anabolic steroids. So these are a synthetic copy of the hormone testosterone. So athletes, especially bodybuilders, they may feel lured towards them as they're a drug, and they increase muscle size, strength, and overall performance. Okay, and quite often for athletes at the top end of the spectrum who just need that little edge over their competitors. So some of the things about anabolic steroids, some of the myths, I guess, are that it's not just injected. So here we have a guy injecting some steroids into his bicep. Okay, it's not just injected. Okay, it's also accepts in pill form as well, and a couple other ways. Okay, it can get quite bad mood swings and stuff. This guy's looking quite sad. You can see here on this young lady, it's not just for guys, it's also for building big, strong muscle mass in all people. One of the positive things is that it really helps to build your confidence. Okay, and we have a baby here with the mother, because quite often if the mother is just about to give birth, they will give that mother a steroid injection to help strengthen the baby and the mother up during that procedure. So it's quite common. So, steroids can be used for positive things too. There are obviously some really harmful effects of steroids, and they're just listed just here. Okay, the big ones in particular is that your liver gets overworked, your natural testosterone level drops, okay, and your body thinks that it doesn't have to produce as much of its own testosterone, and that can be a long-term effect as well. Your cholesterol and your blood pressure, they go up. You start getting quite bad headaches. You can get the odd man boobs as well, if you're a male, obviously. Different types of steroids do different things, and the different way that you take them, they also do slightly different things. So if you're taking them in a pill, then quite often that'll make your tummy a bit funny and things like that. But one of the main ones is that it actually increases the growth of tumours and stuff if you already have cancers. Right, we're on the creatine. This is a powdered supplement which is usually mixed with water before being consumed. It really increases the body's ability to produce energy, and with more energy you can train harder, faster and more often, and then hopefully get better results. Creatine is produced naturally in the kidneys and the liver. You only really need about 1 or 2 grams. That's how much your body produces. However, you can see here that it also comes from different foods. Okay, so from fish, from your steak, your chops, etc. So it's meat mostly. And you get quite a lot of creatine just from your meats. But is it safe? So there's a few different types of creatine. The safest one is creatine monohydrate, and that's the one that has got the most studies behind it and most research behind it. So that's the one that has been found to be the safest, mostly just because the other ones don't have a lot of research behind them. The taurate, it contains the same sort of stuff that a lot of the energy drinks do. So if you have too much of that taurate, then it can have a really bad, or taurine, it can have a really bad effect on your body, and it can munch up your kidneys and liver and stuff, your filters. The phosphate, creatine phosphate, can cause quite bad gastro problems, so bad stomach, as well as your intestines and stuff. And the last one there, the tricreatine orotate, that has got a lot of tumour promoting effects as well. So you don't really want that. But there are obviously benefits, okay, which are listed over here on the side. So creatine and teens, should you guys be taking it? There's not a lot of research that's saying that it's hugely negative. However, when you're growing, anything that's going to help to build more muscle when you don't really require it, okay, can actually do things like stunt your growth. Okay, it's putting your kidneys and your liver under more stress than it needs to be. Okay, and you need to figure out, are you actually training properly? Are you actually eating properly? Are you timing your training? Is your program actually relevant to what you're trying to do? Okay, these things will get you bigger and stronger. Okay, creatine is just a shortcut that you can do later after you've got the basic stuff sorted first. So you can't just start taking creatine and think you're going to see awesome results. Okay, you need to work hard, you need to eat properly before you can even think about taking creatine. Sweet. All right, well, that's us. Hopefully you've learned a bit. Okay, make sure you've got that worksheet filled out. Okay, and then you move on to the other activities that your teacher has for you. Kia ora!